She wondered what this most improbable felon could possibly have done, but she didn't have the time or the energy to find out. She walked a few paces down the aisle, scanning the faces of the bus occupants on either side.
"Lydia, my dear,"
said an extremely old man, halfway down the row of passenger seats, to the blubbing bus driver.
"I don't think they're looking for you. It's me they're after. You know, it's almost a relief after all these years. It had become an addiction, I think. But the stakes had to get higher and higher to create the same rush. I should have stuck to bingo like an ordinary pensioner. I think the only way I was ever going to be able to stop was to get taken down. And now it seems that time has come. Bang to rights."
The man started to get to his feet, holding his hands out in front of him, waiting for Penny to cuff them. In the seat next to him, an angelic-looking blonde boy was fast asleep, his badly fitting policeman's helmet falling down over his face. His arms were wrapped around an ancient, unrecognisable breed of dog. As if he could sense the drama unfolding around him, the boy opened his eyes and stared at Penny in horror.
"Hide everything! It's a fucking raid!"
he shouted, waking the dog, whose bark, it transpired, was much bigger than one would expect. Penny took a few paces back in shock. The whole bus erupted into applause. "Shut up, Maggie Thatcher," said an old lady at the back, who obviously had dementia and no idea who the current Prime Minister was, or that she wasn't on this minibus.
"Bravo, Lucky! We knew you could do it,"
said the man, whose anticipated arrest had been interrupted. Then, spotting the expression on Penny's face, he added,
"Sorry, it's just those are the first words we've ever heard him say, and he's nearly 5. Not an ideal choice of vocabulary, obviously. Better if he'd started with a hello or a thank you. But hey-ho, you work with what you're given."
"What did he mean? Hide everything," said Penny, rubbing her forehead where she could feel a tension headache brewing, exacerbated by the tequila slammers she'd drunk at last night's pub quiz. Next time, she'd leave the Met to do their own legwork.
"Who knows, dear girl? Lucky's past is a bit of a black box. He's the most inappropriately named child you can imagine," said the old man. "Anyhow, he wasn't referring to me. None of my ill-gotten gains are aboard the vehicle. Well, not many at least."
"Look," said Penny with a sigh. "I have no idea what you've been up to, and I'm quite honestly not sure that I want to know. But it's not you I'm after, or her," she said, nodding at the still weeping bus driver.
"Did social services send you?"
said a voice from the back of the bus, a teen-aged boy with a gorgeous baby, who, given the resemblance, must have been his little sister, on his lap.
"I honestly had no choice, and I swear I'll never ever do it again." "If you're here on behalf of the council, then tell them it's not criminal damage, it's art. They're just a bunch of Philistines who can't tell the difference,"
said the woman Penny thought was Ruby. She was almost entirely covered by a voluminous mound of multicoloured knitting. Penny's temples throbbed harder. She could feel the headache building, pressing against her skull.
"Well, I'm not going in for questioning again,"
said another old lady with electric blue hair that made her head look uncannily like a police siren.
"How many times do I have to tell you lot? They all died of natural causes. I'm just extraordinarily unlucky with husbands."
"Not as unlucky as them,"
muttered the old man.
"Will you all please stop confessing?"
Penny shouted. She held up the photocopied picture in her hand and waved it at them all.
"This is who I'm looking for."
Everyone went silent. Almost as one, they turned and stared at the seat immediately behind the driver. The empty seat. Then they all swivelled to look towards the open bus door and the motorway beside them. Penny turned too. The traffic had slowed to a near crawl, as it always did when drivers spotted a patrol car. Did they think she wasn't aware that they never usually drove so cautiously? A car horn blared, long and angry, and it was obvious why. Who would have imagined that anyone so old could leap over the central reservation quite so athletically? 3 months earlier. Daphne.